Amanda, I want to play a game.
Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. As you can see from the title, today's video is my full review with spoilers of Grafted. This is the latest Shudder original release. This is a film from New Zealand, and as always, all my reviews are with spoilers, but if you don't want them just to see if this was worth it or not, in the description box down below, there you're going to find my spoiler-free review because I like to give you guys the two options. And giving that quick disclaimer, let's get into the video. Now, Grafted is a body horror film that follows an ambitious yet socially inexperienced exchange student strives to elevate her status in pursuit of popularity. With a running time of 1 hour and 36 minutes, to quickly summarize it, the film opens with a younger version of the protagonist, that is Wei. She is with her father at his lab because he is a scientist and he is looking to cure his birthmark that he has here on his cheek, and she has it on her jaw and it kind of resembles a scar. While doing the experiments, he thinks that he has finally succeed, but unfortunately it goes wrong and he dies because of it. What he's trying to do is to find a way to put a skin tissue into the area that you want, and it's going to automatically change the area, and it's supposed to be a cure for it, and he dies because of one of his experiments. Years later, Wei is still trying to find a cure. She is following her father's steps and she has become a scientist. She is studying it, and she got a scholarship to leave China and go to New Zealand where her aunt lives with her cousin, and they're going to be on the same university so that she can continue. We can see right away that Wei struggles with self-esteem, and that is one of the main reasons why she is looking for a solution. She doesn't feel confident. We can see that she is shy, she has trouble making friends, and while her aunt is nice to her, her cousin is another whole story. She has her friends, and we can see that they are type of the mean girls, so the relationship is not as good as probably Wei was expecting. While on her science class, her professor asks for anyone that is willing to work on his lab as an assistant, they can do so. She decides to do it. Of course, she needs the resources. He sees the work, and at first he's like, we're going to do my thing, but once he is informed by the university that he has 2 weeks to find something else or his budget is going to get cut off, he decides to give another chance to Wei and her project. They start working together, and eventually she is successful, but with severe consequences. At first, she believes that everything is fine, she has finally done it, but she's going to kill people in the process. First it's by accident, but then it's not. Essentially, what she was able to find is that you can grab any type of skin tissue, you're going to put it on the area, and it's going to work. So she accidentally kills her cousin because it was an accident, and she takes her face off. Similar, yes, to that film Face Off, and also remind me a little bit to Leatherface. So she puts on her cousin's face, so now she looks like her cousin, although her body and every single aspect of her remains the same, only this face is what has changed. She tries to be her cousin, but she fails, and eventually her face falls off. And after that, she kills her cousin's friends, and she tries to do the same. But eventually the police is called by one of the neighbors that realizes what is happening. She starts to run, and she encounters a homeless man called John that she met previously on the university, and she decides to stay with him and hide. But because she has all the remaining tissue on her face, when she is with him, they mesh together. So what remains of her is this mesh of the two bodies, and the film concludes with her aunt not knowing what happened to her daughter or her niece that just arrived to live with her, or what happened at all at her house, and she sees this woman on the floor that is homeless, and when the person looks up, although the aunt doesn't see it, is Wei. And that is how the film concludes. I'm getting quickly into the review. I was excited to see this because when I saw the premise, it reminded me a little bit to The Substance, and definitely it can remind us of it because it brings the same themes, that is self-esteem and also body horror, but the execution is not the same one. Now, I enjoyed Grafted. I had high expectations for it. I feel that it's a fun watch. Unfortunately though, although it's 1 hour and 36 minutes, by moments it loses the pace and the atmosphere that has been created for what has happened, and it becomes a little bit boring and it starts to drag itself. So I feel that the pace could have been a little bit faster to be more engaging. But when it came to the practical effects, I think that they did a pretty good job with what they had, because you can really tell that they don't have a huge budget, but that doesn't mean that you cannot do a good film. We have seen plenty of horror movies with low budgets that ended up being good. But here you can really tell that they didn't have the budget for everything, but still it works. I really like the body horror, especially when she is changing the flesh on her face. I really like it how it look. There's some moments where she is also working on her leg as an experiment. I feel that one hurts. So when I see a film and it makes me feel like that, like I just know that it's for kids. So I really like it that when it came to the music and the soundtrack, I really found it to be similar as the substance, like the beats, but I don't really mind. I feel that it fits the story and everything that is happening, so it's not really a complaint. When it came to the acting, they were decent, nothing outstanding, but nothing bad either. They were convincing. I feel that the characters were well played. There are some characters that you're not going to like them, but that is the purpose. So I feel that they did a good job also with that. And something that I also like it is the fact that I didn't find the story to be predictable. Again, it can remind us to the substance. There's no way in hell that I could have ever predicted the ending of the substance, and this one either. I actually find myself pinpointing like this can happen or this could happen, but I didn't predict the ending, so I also really like it. So this is a pretty short review. The reality is that I don't have anything bad to say, only that I would have preferred the pacing to be a little bit faster, and definitely with a bigger budget they could have done so much more, but for what they had, they did a good job. I feel that this is a fun watch. If you like body horror, you're going to enjoy this, and it's available on Shudder. So for me, this one will be a 3 out of 5, a 7 out of 10, and it's a pretty good one and a great way to end the month, since this is my last review of January. But with this, I end the video. This is obviously a very straightforward and short review, but since I saw the film, I wanted to talk about it. Now, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below in the comments if you watch this movie, what are your thoughts, or do you like body horror? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!
Game over.